comes to the time. Because once you start putting emphasis on time and trying to make it happen, your doubt starts to come in, you start focusing on what you don't want, and then it really stops the whole process from working anyway. So you're not getting the benefit. So don't worry about the time. Don't worry about how fast it's coming in, because it will. You need to not even care that it's not physically in your life anymore, because you're experiencing it in your mind. And when you're at that point, it'll come in so fast it'll be ridiculous. As you start using this technique, it will happen faster and faster and faster, because you'll have less and less negative thoughts or doubt or lack of belief, which is going to hinder the process. So these things will come. And keep in mind, sometimes you're focusing on a particular thing. And remember, when you're focusing on a particular thing that you want, you're adding the emotion that that thing is going to give you. And the first thing that's going to start coming in is other thoughts that mimic that emotion. And the next thing that comes in is the physical experience of circumstances and events, situations and people that allow you to feel that emotion. This is why you don't want to be transmitting hate towards somebody, because if you transmit hate or anger towards somebody else, that's going to come into your life, and you're going to experience situations and events where you feel hate and anger. But if you transmit love toward people, happiness, or if you transmit things that you want that give you great feelings of exhilaration and pleasure, then experiences and situations are going to come into your life that give you that exact same emotion. If you're happy today, tomorrow, all day, you're glee, you're singing, you're dancing, you're feeling great, and you're saying, I don't know how things are going to turn out, but I know they're going to turn out great. I just know, I can feel it. I'm so happy. Things are going to turn out fantastic. I don't know how, but I'm looking for this big win. I know I'm going to get this. I just feel great about getting this promotion, and things are going to work out great for me. And man, I'm getting out of debt. And I don't know how, but I'm using the technique. And a week later, you get not only not the promotion, but you lose your job. And you think, how could that have occurred? Believe me, when you are vibrating, I want that promotion, I want that promotion, I want to get out of debt, what you're vibrating is, I want the feeling of more money, I want more money, maybe more freedom, more responsibility, and I want to get out of debt. And all of a sudden you lose your job. Believe me, the universe got you out of that job so that you're going to get a better job or your own business or a better opportunity. That's how it works. So when that's like breaking the leg. It's not bad. What you think is bad isn't. As long as you're feeling good, when something happens, don't look at it as bad. Look at it with anticipation and excitement and go, wow, it's already happening. Something happened. Now, I don't know how this is going to turn out to my advantage, but it obviously is. Something is happening. Because I feel good, this event can't be bad. That's a very important concept. Now, there's one other concept here. When you think things are bad, or you lose your job, or you come down with an illness, you think that's bad. No, because when you have in your life something that you don't think is good, it forces you to really clearly define and focus on what you want. You have the best opportunity to create things in your life when things are not going well. You also have the best opportunity to focus on those things and create more of it, the bad stuff. So anytime something negative happens in your life, take it as an absolute blessing, because it is. Because it focuses and forces you to focus on that which you want. The key here is when something bad happens in your life, something negative, something that you didn't anticipate, something you don't think is good, it's okay to acknowledge it, but don't acknowledge it as bad. the first thing you do is you acknowledge it as what it is. Okay, this happened. But immediately say and believe and feel good when you say it. I don't know why, but this will turn out to my advantage. And I'm going to take this opportunity to now focus on what I want, because I know I don't want this. I don't want more of this. Let me think about what I really want. And it really allows you to clarify your thinking. In relationships, for example, this happens. You're in a relationship with somebody and you're arguing and you're fighting and you're not feeling fulfilled and you're irritated and things just aren't going well and your lover leaves you and you are in desperate pain and so forth. Take that as the best opportunity in the world and say, look, this person left me, and say, okay, now I can clearly define, because now I was in a relationship and I wasn't getting my needs met. So rather than focus on what I wasn't getting from this relationship and how terrible it was and how terrible this person was, let me now clearly figure out, based on my experience with this person, what do I really want now? And now you can really clearly define what kind of person, what kind of personality you want. See, anytime you go through something negative, anytime you taste bitterness, you can define what you want. You go to a buffet and you start taking some food and go, oh, I don't want that. That I don't like. No problem. When you are at a buffet and you taste different things, if you taste something you hate, it's good because now you know what you don't like. So now you can clearly define what you do want. Life is the same way. Every day, life is going to give you experiences, and that you can determine your preference. Do I want this? Or do I not want this? Do I like this? Do I not like this? Does this make me feel good, or does this make me feel bad? If it makes you feel bad, good. Now you've established that's what I don't want. And when you look at for a moment what you don't want, you can now clearly, more clearly, define and focus what you do want. This allows you to more clearly dial in the proper frequency and transmit it. That's what life is. Life is going to give us a series of things that we don't want that make us feel bad, and a series of events and circumstances that we do want. And it allows us to clarify what we want. And as time goes on, we are more focused on what we want and start transmitting what we want, and we continue to get more and more and more and more and more of what we want. And when something comes in our life, or we observe something that's maybe not even in our life, but in a friend's life, something that we can imagine we wouldn't want, something that doesn't give us a good feeling, it continues to help us clarify what we do want and allows us to focus. So when something bad happens in your life, you should pop the champagne. Because I can tell you this, when something bad happens, the bigger it is bad, the worse it appears. It allows you to really focus and transmit a beam with massive power and massive intensity of what you do want. That's what you take it as an advantage. You are then capable, and really only then capable, of really generating massive power with your vibration and massive intensity of what you want. You can really focus. It's like, I don't want this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick and tired. That's why there's a point where everything changes for somebody. And that's when they get sick and tired of getting sick and tired. That's the point where they stop looking at what they don't want and the bad circumstances and situations in their life. That's the moment that they stop looking at it. They turn their back to it. And now they go, I'm sick of this. This is what I really want. And that's when massive desire is developed. Massive clarity of what you want is developed. And that's when the vibration is thrown out from your brain with massive power and massive intensity, and you focus on it and you're obsessed with it, which means you're thinking about it all the time. And you become and you get what you think about most of the time. because what you're vibrating most of the time is what is being attracted into your life. Make sense? Good. Any other questions? Okay, what if I'm feeling depressed all the time and I'm having a really hard time feeling good? Well, first off, what that means is you've really developed a lot of neural pathways and a lot of habits of focusing on the things you don't want. And people do this all the time out of habit, because one thought attracts another like thought with a like feeling, and another like thought with another like feeling. So I see people all the time that are virtually little negative and always thinking about the negative all the time. It's their habit and their pattern, which means they have this huge ball of negative energy they're walking around with. And a little thing, a person walks into a meeting and he has a cup of coffee, and he puts the coffee down, and the first thing he says, virtually to himself, is, "Now watch me spill this." See, he's instantly thinking about, "I'm going to spill the coffee," which he does. See, people are always putting a negative spin on everything because they're always looking at something, and because of habit, they're thinking about what they don't want. They're thinking about what they hope won't happen. See, worry is negative goal setting. Worry is simply.
All right. What's up? Let me actually get this right set up here. If everybody can hear me, if everybody can see me, can I just get a quick one in the chat? If everybody can hear me and see me, please just get a one in the chat really quick. Yes. And for those in the chat that are saying that this information will be deleted off of, YouTube and all of it, believe it is. Take advantage of it while it's still up there. You know what I'm saying? Because it won't be up there for long. But go in your group chats. Let everybody know that Mornings with Nano is live this morning. I'm super blessed and excited to actually be on this call here today. I feel like a lot of individuals are really going to be able to learn a lot from what it is that we're going to go over here. So let me just send out one last message. Let all your people know that Mornings with Nano is live. Type OTCs in the chat box. OTC is on the call. Let's get it. So spread that word. Let everybody know, because trust me, family, is only going to get better and better. I'm really looking forward to this. It's always a blessing whenever we get a chance to jump on this call and learn from each other on a day-to-day basis, and just every day growing, every day becoming a better version of ourselves is really the key to success. And I'm just excited to be here. It's a brand new week. It's the first Monday of the year. And, for a lot of people, today was actually their first day of the year. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, today was actually their first day of the year. And, I want you guys to understand, I get it. It's your first Monday, it's your first work week. So, I want you guys to really take advantage of this year. I want to talk to you guys a lot about the importance of setting goals and the attitude you need to have going into this new year. And I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about, the goals that I've set for myself and the attitude that I have, and kind of like the intentions that you want to set, because it's just so important to put yourself in a position where, you can win and you can take yourself to another level. So before we get that all started, I want all of you guys to type in the chat box one thing that you are grateful for. I'm just super excited for all of us. I'm blessed and grateful for another day of life. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for his presence. I'm grateful for protection. I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for my dad. I'm grateful for my little brother, my goddaughter, Dariana. I'm grateful for the mangú my mom made me this morning. It was so good. Grateful for Katie. I'm grateful for the coffee I'm having right now. It's just so good. I'm grateful for my team. Grateful for the leaders within my organization. Grateful for the momentum that we're going to experience this month. Grateful for the growth. Grateful for everybody who's on the 60-day run with me. I see a lot of people who started day one today. Just extremely grateful. Grateful for my brother Z Money in the building. and just extremely grateful for everybody, all the leaders, all the team members in my team, everybody, the whole Mornings with Nano family. Grateful for Sana, grateful for Jasmine, grateful for my mentor, Matt Rosa, my sister, Janellis Rosa, grateful for my brother Darwin, who put me onto this business. Grateful for this company, just extremely grateful. I'll be flying back home to Miami after this call, so I'm excited to be back on Miami in the beach, enjoying my view, and just really enjoying everything, guys. And I'm excited for this call as well, because I know how much you guys are going to learn and what it is that you guys need in order for you guys to take yourselves to a whole nother level. All right, guys. So let's get into today's call. Today's topic, as you guys know, is the 2022 game plan and attitude. Okay. And, before we get into the call, I want you all to understand one thing. All right. Is that I've been in the industry now of entrepreneurship, network marketing, trading, and investing now for 4 years. So what you guys are doing right now, the beginning of this year, I've done this, 4 times already. So I know what works and I understand what doesn't work. Okay. And I've had bad starts to the year and I've had great starts to the year. And I know what I did when I had bad starts to the year, and I know what I did when I had great starts to the year. So before I talk about the good things, right, I want to get rid of the bad things first, right? And I want to talk about the mistakes that I made at the beginning of the year that didn't allow me to have a successful year. Okay, because I want you guys to be aware of all of the things that you could possibly do in the next 3 months that could be the reason why you don't have a successful year in 2021. And I want you guys to really take this extremely serious, because they can't hear me on so here. So let me just, it can really slow you down if you're not aware of the things that can slow you down, can hold you back. So I'm gonna go over a few things here that I was going over with one of the leaders within my organization yesterday, and I was kind of breaking it down to him, and I was letting him know, like, yo, these were the mistakes that I made that didn't allow me to grow. There was a year, I can't remember if it was 2019 or 2020 off the top, but there was one year that I didn't grow as much as I wanted to because I slacked off my first 90 days of the year. Right now, I want to break this down for you guys really quick. All right. The first quarter of the year is the most important quarter. Okay. I want you to think of your first quarter of the year. And what's the first quarter of the year? The first quarter of the year is from January 1st to March 31st. That is the first quarter of the year right there. It is exactly 90 days from January 1st to March 31st. That is your first 90 days of the year. Okay. Now, what you do in your first 90 days of the year, okay, will determine the altitude that you have in the rest of 2022. Now, for me, guys, I take this extremely serious. Like, I'm literally scared to slack off in the first 90 days of the year, because every single day counts. It's like, think about it like, I don't know if you guys have ever played a sport, but have you ever tried out for a team and every practice counts? Like, every practice that coach is looking at you, and it's like, even if you mess up one time, you might get cut from the team. I don't know if you guys have ever had an experience like that, where you signed up to, go work for a team or even for a job, and it's like every day you show up, you got to be just so on point, because that boss, that coach, that trainer, the moment that you slip up, the moment that you do something that's not supposed to be done, they're going to call you out, or they're going to fire you, or they're going to tell you that you're not fit for the job. Okay. I want you guys, like J Miles, like, I've been there. Olivia's been there. But if you haven't, this is how the first year and the first 90 days of your year need to be treated. Like, if there's someone watching you, like if you have the universe and God are looking at you right now, every single second, every step you take, every action you take, every decision you make, everything has to be calculated. Okay. And one of the biggest mistakes I made was this, and I want you guys to write this down. There were 4 mistakes I made. 4 mistakes I made that held me back incredibly. Number one was the consistency of my morning routine. I lacked consistency in my morning routine, and that held me back more than you can ever imagine. You see, guys, your morning routine is the time of the day where you work on you. This is where you get to work on yourself, your inner work. Okay. Don't think that I'm just telling you guys to read a book or listen to these audios and writing your goals down and going out in meditation, right? Don't think that I'm just asking you guys to do these things just to do it. No, I'm asking you guys to do this thing because I need you guys to work deeply in yourself. There has to be a deep work that has to be done day to day. Because remember, before you can go out and attack your day, you need to be the best version of you. If you want to have the best day ever, you need to approach that day with the best version of you. And the only way that you can be the best version of you is if you're taking a minimum of 2 to 3 hours in the morning to work on yourself. That has to happen. You see, if you're waking up right before mornings with Nano, okay, and I know I wouldn't count this as much for my people in the Pacific time who are waking up at 6 a.m. because I know it's tough to wake up 3 hours before mornings with Nano. But if you're on the East Coast, for my East Coast people, this goes majority for you guys. If you're waking up at 8:30 a.m., 9 a.m. before mornings with Nano, and then you're starting your day and you think that you're going to have a successful year doing that, it's not going to work. You have to be up earlier, right? Mornings with Nano has to be the end of your routine. This has to be like, yo, that's it. I did my reading. I did my meditation. I did my prayer. I did my gratitude. I listened to my audio. I did everything. This is the last of my morning routine. After this, it's just straight action, 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 action from this point moving forward. And one of the biggest mistakes that I made, all right, that held me back was my lack of consistency with my morning routine. Whenever I did my morning routine, I had incredible days. Whenever I didn't do my morning routine, it was like I was empty. I was shot. There was no intention. There was no creation there. Because your morning routine is like the foundation to your day. It's the foundation to your day. So number one is the consistency that holds you back. The second thing that holds you back is your intention behind your morning routine. All right. Now, I'm just breaking these quick mistakes down because I need you guys to know this stuff. This is so important. Okay, so number one is the lack of consistency, but number two is the lack of intention in your morning routine. But Nano, what do you mean with your intention? Well, think about it like this. If you wake up and you snoozed, you woke up with no intention this morning. But wait, Nano, what do you mean, bro? I just wanted 5 more minutes. I just wanted 10 more minutes of sleep, bro. Like, I can't even snooze. No. You know why? Because every time you snooze, you lose. Every time you snooze, you're resisting life. It was your turn to wake up and you said, you know what? I don't want to wake up and attack life. I want to keep sleeping. So you know what you do? You know what you just did? You resisted life. So when you wake up, when you eventually are done sleeping, you're going to wake up in resistance because you don't even want to be up. You're like, man, I wish I had more sleep. I wish I would have slept more. I barely got any sleep, man. I'm just so tired. Oh my God. This sucks, man. I just wish I didn't have to go to work. I wish I had to wake up for this morning routine. How do you plan on being successful when you wake up with that attitude? Let's be honest. When you wake up with that attitude, how do you plan on being successful? You wake up resisting yourself. You wake up, look at what you wake up affirming. I'm tired. So you wake up resisting life. You wake up saying, I'm tired. Okay. What do you think is going to happen the rest of the day? It's about the intention. Yo, the moment that alarm goes off, even if you don't want to get out of bed, literally just sit there and be like, okay, this is what I do. Even though I'm tired, I would sit there in bed. I'll be like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And I wake up and I'm like, okay, boom. I jump out of bed. I shake it off. I'm like, okay, yes, I'm so excited. We're about to have a good day. I'll get on my knees. I'll pray. I'll start thanking God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm excited. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my mom. Thank you for my dad. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my business. Thank you for my leaders. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, God. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful for this life that I live. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I just start affirming to myself, I am successful. I am wealthy. I am Chairman 50. I am. What am I doing? I'm pumping myself up. I'm about to start a huge day. It's like when you get yourself ready for a big game. I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to have a big game and be like, man, I'm not even excited for this game. Like, I'm just tired, honestly, bro. I don't even want to do this game right now. Like, you're going to lose with that attitude every time. You will lose with that attitude every single time. If you're not waking up and you're just like, boom, right away out of bed, try it. Remember, you got to do things you've never done to get things you've never had. If you're waking up the same way that you were waking up in 2021, you already started the year off on the wrong foot. If you're still waking up at the same time that you woke up in 2021 and you're doing that in 2022, you already started the year off on the wrong foot. If you're not waking up at least 3 minutes to an hour earlier than you usually wake up, you already started the year wrong. You know why? Because you started the year comfortable, not uncomfortable. The beginning of the year is time to be uncomfortable. Make a list. Do it now. Nano, these things make me uncomfortable, and start attacking them right now. Start attacking them right now. And that goes, okay, to the third mistake I made. Okay. I said number 1, right, was the lack of consistency. Number 2 was the lack of intention. Okay. Number 3 was my inability to get uncomfortable. My inability to get uncomfortable was something that held me back. My inability to get uncomfortable. I wasn't being uncomfortable that year that I made those mistakes. I'm like, man, I would wake up when I was done sleeping, reading. I did it every once in a while. Meditations. I used to do it every once in a while. Journaling. I used to journal like every 2 weeks, once a month, maybe. I was praying whenever I remembered. I was just in one of these times when I wasn't being uncomfortable. And then I made a decision to make myself the most uncomfortable person in the world. I said, I'm going to make myself so uncomfortable this year. You have to literally make that decision on this call right now. I have to make myself the most uncomfortable version of myself for these next 60, 90 days. You want to accomplish a lot this year? Make yourself uncomfortable over the next 60, 90 days. Everything that has ever made you uncomfortable, go and do it. Yesterday, I had a great conversation with the leaders within my organization and the team. And I told them, I'm like, yo, guys, look, this is what you guys need to do right now. I need you guys to go and have uncomfortable conversations with the people in your family, your friends, your girlfriend, and your boyfriends, and let them know that you are about to go on a 60, 90-day run that you need their full support of. Let them know. I told my mom and dad, right? When we were sitting down the other day having a beer with my mom and dad, I'm like, look, mom, I'll be honest with you. I'm not coming back home over the next 60, 90 days. Okay. I'm about to go on a run, and this is for us. This is for us. Remember this. This run, I'm about to go on a run that's going to change our lives forever. But I need your support. I need you to understand that I won't be back home for a few. Okay, so don't expect me back in a month. Don't expect me back in 2 months. I might be back after 90 days, but it's about to go all in. I'm not going to be able to have as much time as I had before, mom. I need you to understand that. Okay, I had to have the conversation with my friends. Yo, bros, look, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, but don't invite me to no parties. Don't hit me up to go chill. Don't talk to me about anything that's not going to help me grow over these next 90 days, bro. I don't need no distractions. I don't need anything. All right. Nothing. I just need you guys full support. Okay. I had to make sure that everybody understood what type of time I was on. For my people here that have girlfriends and boyfriends, let them know. Let them know. Like, yo, look, baby, I'm going to be honest with you. I love you. I appreciate you. But I need your 100%. I need your 100% support on this run I'm about to go on. I need to grow. I need to elevate our lifestyle. I want to be able to buy you nicer gifts. I want to be able to take you on a nice vacation this year. But I'm not going to be able to do that unless I lock in over these first 60, 90 days of the year. So I don't want to argue with you. I don't need you to be in my ear about the fact that I'm on my phone running my business. I need your 100% support. Okay. I might not have as much time. I might not have time for Netflix. I might not have time for movies. There's not going to be as much movie dates and as much dates to go out or any of that. But we need to go on this run. That's how it is. That's the conversation you need. If you haven't had that conversation with your people yet, you need to have that conversation with them. Let them know. For my guys on this call that love to talk to girls on Instagram and love to be distracted, and for my girls too, no side links, no sneaky links, none of that. If you could go the 60, 90 days with no sexual intercourse, please do it. Please do it. Trust me. Don't mess up your energy. Protect your energy over the next 90 days. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm talking to you guys like grown ass adults right now. Right? Patrick, IG girls are the best though. Bro, that's going to be your biggest distraction though. Okay? That's going to be your biggest distraction. You have to understand that this is the key to everything. And unless you don't have these uncomfortable conversations and you don't set yourself up for this, you will be distracted and you will lose out. All right. So go out there and have those uncomfortable conversations. Okay. And that's the third mistake I made. I didn't make myself uncomfortable. But when I did, everything changed for me. Everything changed for me. Right. This is going to be the year that makes you or breaks you. Guys, listen to me. It's getting real out there in this world. I know you guys see it every day. It's impossible to ignore. It's everywhere. It's on every news channel. It's on every social media panel. It's everywhere we go. We see what's happening with this world. You know, the only ones that are going to make it in the next year or 2 years are the ones who found out who they truly are. Everybody else will be lost in the sauce. Love you too, my brother. The ones who tap in and get to know who they really are are the ones that are going to be able to make it over this next run. Understand this. What I just told you guys, don't let that go over your head. You have to make sure that these next 60, 90 days of your life, okay, that you take them more serious than you've ever taken anything. This has to be one of the most serious runs that you ever do. Seriously, take it from me. All right? Take it from me. You have to get so uncomfortable. You have to be so intentional. You have to be so consistent to the point that you don't even slip up one time. Not even one time you can afford to slip up in the next 60, 90 days. You can't afford it. You have to really have it in your heart to make sure that you push all the way through, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it gets, no matter what you're expecting from it. Just go on the run. Go on this 60 run. I'm going on a 60-day run for the simple fact that I'm running towards an event. All right. I have an event in March. It's called March Madness. It's happening on March 10th through the 12th. Okay. So 60 days from now gives me till the first week of March, which will be March 3rd, which is literally the week right before the event. Okay. It'll put me in preparation and help me get set up to finish up those 30 days, which will help me with a good 90-day run. But I want to run for a good 60 days first. Let me prove that I can do 60 before we can do 90. And I feel like a good 60 days, I just like the sound of that. I like the power behind the 60-day run, right? Because it's actually said that in order for you to make a goal and a habit automatic, it takes 66 days. Okay. So I'm going to run for those 60 days. All right. And that's one of the mistakes that I made, which was not being comfortable. Now, the last mistake I made was number 4. All right. And it was this, guys. All right. I made excuses when traveling to do my routine. I made excuses while traveling to do my routine. So I would say, oh, because it's cold, or because I'm in a friend's house, because I'm not in my environment, because I don't have a park, because I don't have a beach. I would always make the excuse that I couldn't do my routine when I traveled. Now, this goes for my individuals on here that do travel, that do make moves, that are always on the road, right? You have to stay consistent with your routine, even when you travel, even when you're on the road, even when you're in somebody else's house. You have to be that oddball that wakes up earlier than everybody in that house. And even if you have to do it exactly where you sleep, you do it on that couch. You do it in that bed. You step over to the side and you do it in the garage in somebody's house, right? But whatever you do, do not make the excuse that because you're not back home that you can't do your routine. Don't be that person. Don't be the person that makes the excuses that because you're on the road that things aren't going to work for you and that you can't do it. Trust me. Don't be that person. Be the person that actually, instead of making excuses, makes it happen. And I made those 4 mistakes right there. Lack of consistency, lack of intention, the inability to get uncomfortable, and excuses while traveling of doing my routine. Those 4 things held me back so much that one year that I was like, man, I will never make those mistakes again. That's why I'm always consistent with my routine, intentional about my routine, always looking for ways to get uncomfortable. And even on the road, this is still something that I'm working on, even on the road, still doing my routine. Not a good enough excuse, Yesenia. Gotta do it. Gotta get the job done. So those were the mistakes. Now, the only reason I wanted you guys to be aware of those mistakes is because I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes I did. I know what my year turned out to be after I made those mistakes, and I don't want that for nobody on this call. So if you just heard me mention those mistakes and you go out there and make those mistakes, you're going to look back and be like, man, Neno told me and I still made the mistakes. It's like me telling you, yo, don't walk through there. There's a trap there. You're going to fall into that trap if you walk through that trap and you still walk through it. That will be what you will do if you don't listen to what I just told you. Get uncomfortable. Nicholas, right? Confirmation, I will make my first YouTube video for my channel. Time to get uncomfortable. Nicholas, I challenge you to do that before the end of the week. Do it before the end of the week, Nicholas. Start your year off being uncomfortable. Be uncomfortable. Okay? Now, for the 60-day run that I'm on, what's my plan? Now, the way I set myself up, guys, I set up 5 goals. 5. Now, do I have big goals to make $100,000 a month? Do I have goals to retire my mom and dad? Do I have goals to, create 10 six-figure earners within my organization? Absolutely. But I have goals that I have set up over the next 60 days. And I break them down into 5 categories. Okay? I break them down into number 1, a personal goal. Number 2, a business goal. Number 3, for my traders on this call, a trading goal. All right. Number 4, all right. Number 4 is a team goal. Okay. And number 5 is a social media goal. These are the 5 goals that I set at all times. All right. 5 goals. Number 1, personal goal. Number 2, business goal. Number 3, trading goal, trading and investing goal for my traders and my investors on this call. If you're not one of those, completely cut that out. I know we have people from other businesses in here. Okay. Number 4 is my team goal. Okay. And number 5 is my social media goal. All right. Those 5 goals right there are the type of goals that I set. Now, let me give you guys examples. Okay. My personal goal, number 1, has to do with my personal development. Okay. What is your personal development goal? Remember, before you can accomplish anything in life, all right, you need to have a goal for your personal development. All right. Usually my personal development goal or have to do with books, with audios, with working out, and just morning routine in general. So for example, okay, in the next 60 days, I want one of my goals is to read 4 books. One of my goals over the next 60 days is to read 4 books. Right? That's basically 2 books a month. That's one of my personal goals. All right. Another one of my personal goals is to finish, right, level 1 through 5 of the Kevin Trudeau audios that I own. Finish all 5 levels. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't even worry about it. Okay. And another one of my personal goals, okay, is to do my morning routine 95% of the time. 95% of the time, my morning routine. And my morning routine consists of meditation, reading, journaling, working out. I want to complete it 95% of the time. That only gives me 1 day to slip up. That's all it is. So my personal goals are set up. And it's so amazing because look, right? It's so amazing because look, when you start tapping into this information, okay, a lot of things will change for you. All right? Because remember, in order for your life to change, you have to change. In order for your life to change, you have to change. Okay? So I understand that in order for me to get what I want in 2022, all right, I have to change and I have to become a better version of me. So I need to make sure that the focus that I put on me every single day is so high and is so important that way everything else will change around me. Guys, look, we know what we got to do. If you're in a business right now, you know what's required of you to be successful in that business, right? If you do network marketing, okay? If you're in the network marketing business, you get paid for three things, okay? You get paid to enroll customers, develop leaders, and customer satisfaction. Those are the three things you get paid for in network marketing: enroll customers, develop leaders, and customer satisfaction. Those are the three things you get paid for. So if you are a network marketer and you are on this call, that's all you have to do. But there has to be a certain version of you to be able to accomplish that. Okay, you need to understand that. In order for you to enroll customers, in order for you to develop leaders, and in order for you to keep your customers satisfied, you have to become a certain kind of leader. You have to become a certain kind of person in order for you to do so. All right? In order for you to do that, you have to become a certain kind of individual. That's why working on yourself is one of the most important things that you can do. This is literally one of the most important things that any of you guys can do. So your personal goal has to be a top priority. You have to be kind of like how I am. You have to be scared to slip up on your routine. Like you have to become fear. Like it has to be something that you fear. The reason why I fear missing out on my routine is because I know the energy that I put out into the universe when I slip up. I know what I just told God when he saw me slip up. When he watched me chose to sleep in instead of waking up and doing my morning routine. When he watched me choose to go hang out with my friends instead of staying at home and working on my business. I'm scared of that stuff. I don't know if you guys are, but I am. I don't play around with that. I'm showing up every day for my business, for my team, and for the leaders within my organization. You guys got to really know this stuff. This stuff is so monumental. You can't be just okay with slipping up. You can't just be okay with it. You have to know, like, yo, if I slip up here right now, if I choose to sleep in instead of waking up, this will catch up to me 60, 90 days from now. I had a conversation with one of my closest friends. And because you guys might know him, I won't mention his name. Had a conversation with him. I told him, bro, look, you've had a rough year. Okay. I know 2021 for you has been rough. I said, bro, look, you can't afford to slip up no more. You can't afford to be in a relationship. Told him straight up. You can't even afford to be in a relationship. You don't even have time to be in a relationship right now. You have so much debt that you have to pay that you might have to grind for 3 to 6 months without receiving anything to pay off the debt that you just added on to yourself. What you think that these last 3 to 4 months that you've spent slacking off, chilling at home, sleeping in, smoking, this, all of that, what do you think? You think that wasn't debt that you just piled on? And it will continue to pile on. You might have to spend your first 3 months of 2022 grinding your face off. And the debt isn't financial, right? Ebony knows the debt isn't financial. And he just looked at me and he was like, I'm said, bro, you don't even have to say nothing to me, bro. This is not a conversation for you to say nothing to me, bro. This is a conversation for you to listen, keep your mouth shut, understand the message, and go run the play. You can't afford a day to slip up. You don't have that luxury, bro. There's zero in your bank account right now. You don't have that luxury to take a day off. Maybe I could have a day off. You know why? Because I've worked my butt off for the last 4 years and I have thousands in the bank, and even I can't even do that. But I told him straight up, like a brother, you might have to spend 90 days grinding day in and day out with no results just to pay off the debt that you added on to yourself these last 90 days of 2021. And he just looked at me and he nodded and he said, bet. I can almost feel the tears. I can almost see the tears in his eyes watering up because he knew that everything I told him was the real. And I said, you know what it was? It wasn't even about business. I said he had to work deep inside. It was deep work that he needed. And deep work is what a lot of us need on this call. Majority of us on this call need that deep work. Trust me. If you're one of those people that needed that advice that I gave my brother, take it with you. Listen to what I said to him. You might have to go 90 days straight, working your butt off, nonstop, day in and day out, for that amount of time to maybe pay off the debt that you owe, to maybe pay off the debt. So that means you might have to grind for 90 days without getting paid nothing. You might still be broke at the end of the 90 days. That's how crazy it might be. That's how crazy it is. You know why? Because I've been on one of those runs before. I've been on one of those runs where when I'm telling you, bro, I went like everything in ballistic grind. And at the end of that run, I was still broke. But you know what it was? Everything I did after that created more and more for me. Every step I took, every person I spoke to, every book I read, everything was breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. Because that debt has to be paid in full. So the first goal is the personal goal. The second goal is the business goal. What is your business goal? What do you want to accomplish within your business? Do you want to hit the next big rank in your business? Do you want to enroll a certain amount of individuals? Do you want to be the top producer in your company? What is your business goal over the next 60 days? It could be to hit a rank. It could be to be the top enroller. It can be to be the top producer, the top salesman, saleswoman. However it is, what is your business goal? All right. What is that business goal for you? For me, it's Chairman 50. Chairman 50 puts me at $50K a month within my company. That's $12,500 a week. You know what that does for my mom, my dad, my family, my well-being, my health? So important. So that's my business goal. Number 3, I talked about my trading and investing goal. Now, I won't dive too deep into trading and investing because I know there's a lot of different companies and people in here. But if you're trading and investing, what is your trading and investing goal? How much money do you want in your investment account? My goal is 6 figures in cryptocurrency over the next 60 days, right? Someone's knocking on the door over here, right? So you got to understand that we need to put in that work, and you need to understand what that goal is, right? And if it's not written on paper, it's not real. So you got to sit there and you got to understand that. What is your trading and investing goal? So that's number 3. Number 4, all right, is what is, we talked about number 4 being your team goal. How many people on your team are you going to help get to that next level? How many people on your team are you going to help quit their job? Because remember, it's not about us, it's about what we could do for others. Okay? It's not about us, it's about what we can do for others. Because our purpose, I have a lot of people who sometimes ask me, Nano, what is my purpose? How do I find my purpose? I found my purpose on Mornings with Nano. That's how I found my purpose. I found my purpose because I found love and fulfillment in helping others accomplish their full potential. I found fulfillment in that. I found fulfillment in people like my brother who I see in the chat box, Mustafa, right? Mustafa has come up to me and tell me, yo, Nano, because you didn't quit, because you showed up every day, because you read the books, because you did everything, I haven't stopped. So important, right? And those conversations meant the world to me. Conversations I had with Mustafa. Had a conversation with somebody last night. His name is Drake. Had a beautiful conversation with him through text. I said, bro, I'm happy and proud to hear that you're actually tapping in with personal development and you're really getting into that deep work. And he said, bro, you know what? You've been telling me this for years and I never listened to you. But this last few months, I really needed that deep work, bro. And that has been the game changer, bro. That has been the game changer, bro. And I want to thank you for never stopping, even though we didn't believe in you. I want to thank you for continuing to show up, even when we laughed at you for doing too much personal development. You know, people used to laugh at me and make fun of me because I was the personal development guru and I was the one always listening to Bob Proctor and Jim Rohn, and you know, people would make jokes about me. And guess what? Now they're asking me for advice. I never stopped. Focus on who you want to help. You know what I want to do with Mornings with Nano? I want to create 100 six-figure earners on Mornings with Nano. I want to help people, hundreds of people on Mornings with Nano quit their jobs. I want to help hundreds of mothers on Mornings with Nano because I have a huge amount of the community on this call. Shout out to my mothers because I know the love and the appreciation that I have for my mom and for all my mothers out there. I want to make sure that each and every single one of you guys, all right, and each and every single one of you independent, strong women grow to be just one of the most incredible mothers that can ever be out there. Okay, just vibrating at the highest level so you can be the best example for your baby, for your daughter, for your son, for whoever it is. I want you to be a strong, independent mother that's making all the money in the world, happy, filled with joy, filled with peace, filled with abundance, an incredible relationship with your creator, because I know how important it is for a mother who has to lead by example for their children to be strong and to be connected to a higher power. Okay. I don't care about the money. The money is great. I know you guys would be better with a lot more money, but where I want you guys to be good is good up here first. So for all my mothers out there, can we put some hearts in the chat box for all my queens, for all the beautiful mothers out there? I love you guys so much. I appreciate y'all so much. And if you ever feel like you're alone, just jump on Mornings with Nano because I'm here with you guys. And I know that we all love our mothers. For all my guys, I know we're all mama's boys. Okay. So make sure that you tap in. Make sure you show love. Make sure you appreciate your family more and more. Right? One of my goals for 2022 was I want to appreciate my family more. I want to find more and more ways to appreciate my mom and my dad for everything that they've done for me. Like, I'm grateful for them and I tell them thank you and I come out here, but I'm like, bro, I've been doing that for the last 3 years. What can I do this year to show them more appreciation for what they've done for me? What can I do for my mom and dad this year that'll show them that I am grateful for them? Because that's part of your team goal. Your family is your team. So one of my team goals is to show more love and appreciation to my mom and dad for everything that they've done for me. But it also is to create success stories for my family on Mornings with Nano and to create success stories for the leaders and my team within my organization. I love what Abdallah said, a debt that can never be paid. And that's the truth. I could never pay. It'll take me a lifetime to pay my mom and dad back what they did for me in a few years. It'll take me literally a lifetime to pay my mom and dad back for what they did for me. And you know what your children should say when they're my age? What I'm saying about my mom and dad. It should take it should take your children a lifetime to pay them back for everything that you did for them, for all the sacrifices that you did. That should be the conversation that your children should have when they're my age. Like, yo, you know what? Because of everything that mom and dad did for me, I can't even pay them back. I can't even pay them back. And for Elizabeth, I'm so sorry to hear that. If they're not here no more, guess what? They're always here in spirit and they're watching. So remember, you can always, 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 always find a way to make them smile and make their souls happy through your actions and through your results. So the fourth goal was my team goal. And then the last and final goal was my social media goal. And the reason why I make social media a goal, and when I say a social media goal, I don't mean like a goal of, let me spend 3 hours a day scrolling on Instagram. No. Is I want to increase my influence. I want to increase my followers. I want to have quality content. Because remember, at the end of the day, your Instagram, your social media is your online resume. Your social media is your online resume. This is what makes you credible. So you got to be working on that day in and day out. Okay, I'm going to hit over 100K followers on social media this year. I will be verified on social media this year. Okay, these are all goals that I have. My content for this year, I have my brother who me and him are working. We're actually going to have a conversation, who's going to become one of my creative directors. We're going to make sure that we take this to a whole nother stratosphere. YouTube, we're going for 100,000 subscribers. Watch how we do it. Anything that has to do with any media platform, we're going to blow it up. This year, Mornings with Nano goes global. This year, we go global. Because I can't go global without my team. And guess what? If we go global, when we go global, okay, you know what that's going to do for us? You know the amount of speakers that are going to want to come speak on our calls?